Welcome back to the Pearl Report. They're called little people, people with dwarfism, a rare bone disease. Renato Reyes looks at their struggles in a world beyond their reach and the painful choices they have to make to live normally.
你過埋嚟呢度啊，我同你度高啊。好嘛，過去醫生嗰邊啦。我哋玩呢個升降機，企好啲。
Wow. Nathan is 2 years and 8 months old, but he's only 75 centimeters, the height of a 1-year-old Chinese boy. He's bow-legged and has short limbs. Nathan has achondroplasia, or dwarfism, a condition caused by a spontaneous genetic mutation during conception.
What color is it? We first found out his condition when he was around 2 months old. For me, I was a bit shocked. We kind of accepted it not long after. Oh, Nathan, why don't you do some spelling?
Serene is a public relations manager and her husband Dennis a lawyer. Nathan is their only child.
You accept that what you got to do is simply just like normal parents. You got to think over what else you can do for him. The series has simply done so much research.
Because of the hose. Which letter do we need? When I first knew the condition, I was quite lost. We have some questions on how to take care of him. For example, whether we should hold him straight. We just have no idea whether we will hurt his spine. All I can do is to just search on the internet.
Dwarfism strikes 1 in 2,000 people, so rare there's no support group for patients and parents in Hong Kong.
We need a platform to share experience. Sometimes you feel very helpless. Of course, we can ask questions at the hospital, but we only have medical appointments every few months.
Brian is Nathan's government clinical geneticist.
We doctors do counseling, but it's not the same if it is coming from a parent or a family member that has taken care of a patient with that same disorder. The emotional support is just different.
Can you try? Mama find out. When he was a bit older, we found out that he has a speech delay.
For 7 months now, Nathan has been going for occupational as well as Chinese and English speech therapy.
It's very typical of his condition that he will have weaker jaw muscles. Kids will normally be able to speak simple sentences with 5 or 6 words together, but for him, he can only speak 1 to 3 words, but not a complete sentence.
His parents want to enroll him in a mainstream English medium kindergarten.
We brought him to this center because we have difficulty finding a suitable kindergarten for him.
Nathan, remember the other time we practiced with the bubble? Remember? Say P.
P.
Again. P. Good try again. P. P.
P.
Good try. He also has a condition we call underbite, meaning that his lower jaw is a bit prominent up, so that would affect how he produces some sounds, like the P or B or M sound, we call the lip sound. What should we do? Open biscuit.
Like a sister.
Okay, now let's get
Nathan has already failed interviews with 2 English medium nursery schools. His intelligence is normal, so he can't go to special schools for kids with learning disabilities. So Serene tries her luck with this kindergarten in Qingyi.
A dog? Is that a dog? It does look like a dog.
This kindergarten, run by the English Schools Foundation, is a mainstream school that admits handicapped pupils on an individual basis.
All the children have to pass a screening, and we were just observing him, myself and the special needs advisor at school, just to make sure that he can understand English. not necessarily at this stage in his development to be able to speak very clearly, to be able to understand spoken English because our curriculum is in English. And then we made our decision that we felt that we could cater for his needs.
But bigger obstacles await Nathan outside school, a world beyond the reach of short people like him.
They will have difficulty climbing stairs, they will have difficulty going to public toilets, even taking public transportation, or even in elevators, pressing the buttons. Put the foot pad first, make sure it rests comfortably.
Nathan needs braces to stabilize his knee joints or his bowed legs might worsen. He may need surgery to straighten his legs, but what can make them longer and increase their height is a more invasive procedure.
I think so. This is an instrument that we use to lengthen the bone. The length
limb lengthening.
With time. So what we do is we cut open the bone. There are 3 pins below and above. So they pierce through the skin, through the muscle and into the bone. It is put outside the body.
The device is used to lengthen the tibia, thigh bone and forearm. The bones are stretched 1 millimeter per day. It takes 6 months to a year for the bones to grow calluses and consolidate.
For example, a boy can lengthen as much as 6 centimeters to even 8 centimeters each time we do this surgery.
Nathan's height is projected to peak at 130 centimeters in adulthood. His height can increase 20 meters to 150 meters if he undergoes limb lengthening that gets painful after the bones are stretched past 5 centimeters.
When they start to gain certain length, the soft tissue start to tighten up, and so they would have problems moving the joints because of the tightness in the ligaments and also the tendons.
An agonizing procedure, even his parents are reluctant to decide for him.
When he's old enough to decide for himself, we will let him decide.
At first, Dad and Mum said they wanted to decide for me. I said, yes, I want to try this too.
17-year-old Samuel, who has dwarfism, has had limb lengthening over the past 6 years. His upper arms are the last to be stretched, now 11 centimeters longer. The device has been embedded in his bone for a year and will stay there until they consolidate. Before surgery, Samuel stood at 117 centimeters only. He had his first limb lengthening on his lower legs at 11. At 14, his thigh bones. Both parts grew by 14 centimeters each, so he gained 28 centimeters in height. Plus his natural trunk growth, he's now 153 centimeters tall.
At first, I wondered if I didn't do surgery, would it be better without the pain? But when I saw myself getting taller and taller, I realized if I hadn't done the surgery, I would feel more regret. So I'd rather be painful for a year. Then it'd be more convenient for me in many ways, like hanging up towels, pressing lift buttons. I couldn't do these things before. For example, I couldn't see myself in the mirror at home. Now I can see my head even without a chair, even my shoulders. It improves my confidence greatly.
There's no cure for dwarfism, but scientists have had on their crosshairs a single target for research, developing a drug that can restore bone growth.
This is